BMT Smart is a subsidiary of the BMT Group. We can trace our history back 160 years working with aircraft carriers, tankers, ships. But 3 years ago, BMT Group specifically formed BMT Smart as a subsidiary purely focused on the vessel performance management software you can see behind me. It's really helping our customers to understand exactly how their vessels operate, how they are technically from the condition of their hull, the engine, the propeller, and how those vessels are operated so they can make better decisions ashore. It's all about transparency and using data to drive business decisions. One of the challenges in shipping is you cannot control your revenue. The freight rates are set by the market. The one area you can control are your operational costs. So solutions like BMT Smart help to drive down those operational costs by using data to make smarter decisions, whether that be hull cleanings, engine maintenance, utilization of the fleet, and potentially to allow superintendents that are getting harder to find, often more and more expensive as less people go to sea, to manage more vessels within a fleet. I think the new regulations, particularly the MRV regulations that are coming out from the EU and the IMO, are a real benefit to shipping because it forces and drives ship owners to understand in great detail what their vessels are doing. So they have two choices. They can do a lot of this work manually, meet the requirement, or they can invest in a system which will pay for itself very, very quickly because you won't need more people. It will be fully automated, and at the same time, for the same cost, they will get a performance management system because it's the same data that underlies it all. All you need is to add a little bit of extra data so that you can understand why you're using the fuel and why you're emitting what you do, rather than just collecting that data. So for me, it is a real trigger for them to invest in these kind of systems because they need that data, but it shouldn't be seen as a cost. It should be seen as a real investment because they will get that performance data at the same time. I think it can really transform shipping. You only have to look at other logistics industries, whether that be aviation or even trucking. Within trucking, you have telematics at the moment will tell you exactly how many times people touch the accelerator, touch the brake, exactly where every truck is at any one time, what is on it. Shipping doesn't have any of this yet. At the moment, shipping relies on that one manual report per day, the noon report. So information technology, data-driven decisions can really transform shipping. In the end, shipping is part of a logistics chain, and by using data and using intelligence derived from that data can really change shipping. And right now, that's exactly what, in tough times, shipping needs. The key thing is using data to drive behavioural change. Collecting data on board a ship is pointless unless you do something differently as a result of it. I walk into too many offices and say to them, what have you done differently as a result of big data? It's very much a buzzword in the industry. Big data in itself doesn't do anything. If anything, it just adds to shipping companies' costs because they're storing data, they're employing data experts. What transforms shipping companies is using the intelligence gleaned from that data to make better decisions, quicker decisions, and more accurate decisions. That will save them money and make them much more profitable businesses in the longer term, not just big data itself. It's got to be, what do you do with that data? What have you done differently today that you didn't do yesterday as a result of having that information? It's actually at the moment relatively limited. If you look at the number of ocean-going vessels that have some form of data going ashore every day, it is still relatively limited. But to me, that gives shipping a massive opportunity, particularly in tough times like this. So that by bringing all that data together, it can really get those insights. And those shipping companies that take the lead and grab that information and use that information to drive better businesses will lead the consolidation of the industry. Because everyone knows the industry will consolidate. You can see it happening on the container side. It will happen in other markets as well. And the market leaders who use Internet of Things, big data, they're all buzzwords. It's what are you doing with the data and how does it change and drive improvements within your business? That's critical. And those people that use that data to drive those improvements will be the leaders in this industry today and for years to come. Absolutely. We offer them a much more efficient business. As I said, they cannot control the revenue side of their business. The freight rates are set by the market. The one thing they can control is the other operational costs. And we offer them a fantastic opportunity to drive those operational costs down, manage more ships with the same people, manage the same ships potentially with fewer people because they're hard to find, and that is a fantastic opportunity in tough times. So the one thing you can control is your costs. You cannot control the freight rates. And the key measure has to be, what are they doing differently? What can they do today they couldn't do before they had our system? So we work with big tanker operators, big bulk operators to really help them drive their business, whether that be doing more or less hull cleans, propeller cleans, whether it be operating at different speeds to make sure they hit ETAs because they can really understand what the weather impact is on the performance of their vessels. Really just driving that behaviour based on real analytics, not based on that daily report from the vessel, which as a charterer is not even your vessel. So really driving that change is absolutely critical to what we do, and we work very, very closely with our customers to do that. We don't sell software, we don't sell hardware. We sell that benefit and that change, and we spend a lot of time very close to our customers making sure they make that change rather than just buying a system.